Honorable Chair, distinguished delegates. As Africa's oldest independent nation, Ethiopia, despite its resilience, stands before this committee with an urgent plea. We face a crisis that threatens our very future. Millions of our children are at risk. Around 2 million children below 5 years old die every year due to malnutrition. Young Ethiopian lives are lost. Ethiopia remains steadfast in its commitment in preventing these losses. We are determined to establish a sustainable climate-resilient agriculture through creation of reservoirs, to extend a community-based nutrition education through local workshops with trained nutritionists, and to create and conduct target research programs that assess the health challenges of marginalized groups. Moreover, we propose emergency response units to deliver therapeutic food packets to disadvantaged children in crisis-affected areas. But we cannot do it alone. Child food poverty is not just our crisis. It is a global injustice. We call upon this council to join us in creating a strong coalition that will break this cycle. Together, we can forge a world where every child, regardless of their birthplace, would have a fighting chance to live. Stand with us. Thank you. I would like to yield the time back to the chair.
Excellent.
Hello. Spain would like to make the statement that we cannot underestimate just how much our agriculture funds our world. Look at this, 65% of all jobs in the world is agriculturally based. Over 2.5 billion people are fed by agriculture. It is the lifeblood of our very planet. We have to make sure that we can assure proper expansion to accommodate the new population in this planet. We are at 8 billion, going on 9 billion people. We have had the single biggest population growth and spurt in all of human history. We must make sure that we can secure the population that is coming in now. To that, we would also like to point out that if we do not do this, what else will we do? We are being inefficient. We are failing every motion that we come across. We need to come up with a solution that may not be 100% perfect, but gets us forward. Even steps lead forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Delegate of Spain. Next.
Burkina Faso, the floor is yours.
Nei Windiwa, one hello from Burkina Faso. Dear Honorable Chairs, esteemed delegates, today I am here to speak on behalf of Burkina Faso, a resilient country, have to facing many adversity, but strong in commitment to progress. Burkina Faso is deeply affected by three major challenges: food insecurity, economic hardship, and political instability. All these three issues are all interlinked. Further intensify, especially on our children who represent the future of Burkina Faso. The problem of food insecurity is critical. Our country has diverse weather, erratic weather, droughts, and dependence on agriculture, make it hard to harvest and crop, leading to widespread malnutrition among children. On the other hand, UNICEF has stated that child food poverty persists due to challenges such as political instability, economic hardship, inadequate infrastructure, and the impacts of climate change. Burkina Faso has to suffer all of those challenges, so we call upon this esteemed assembly to make a global support that can enhance food security, education, and promote economic policies for our upcoming generation. Burkina Faso children. Together, we can create a future where no child suffers from hunger or malnutrition. Thank you.
Honorable chairs, fellow delegates, and most esteemed guests. The delegate of South Africa would like to state that their nation strongly recognizes the great importance of addressing child food poverty as a necessity to a child's right to health, growth, and development. It is the responsibility of the international...
Sorry, delegate? Can you point the microphone upwards a bit? I think people are going to be able to hear you better.
It is the responsibility of the International Committee to work together in resolving this issue, ensuring that every child has access to sufficient and nutritious food. This delegate acknowledges that there are many challenges in tackling child food poverty, particularly in regions with limited infrastructure and economic instability. South Africa believes that the benefits of a well-planned global effort outweigh these challenges. This delegate will also like to emphasize that there are currently existing organizations and national programs that address child food poverty. However, some of these programs are corrupted and believe that addressing this corruption would greatly benefit the goal of this committee. This delegate urges the House to consider this statement when drafting their resolutions and their solutions. No child should face hunger or malnutrition, and it is our duty to protect this fundamental right. The delegate of South Africa looks forward to engaging in meaningful discussions with other delegates to develop effective solutions to secure child food poverty. Thank you. This delegate would like to yield the time back to the chair.
Thank you, Delegate. Next is
When you finish your speech, sit back down on one of those 4 chairs there, okay? And then when everybody's finished, then you go, all right?
Honorable Chair, esteemed delegates, human or inhuman? That's the question that this delegation would like to raise to the Council. Approximately 8% of children in Iceland face food insecurity, a stark reality in a nation known for its high standard of living. This issue is not isolated. Nearly every country around the world grapples with similar challenges, reflecting a troubled trend in childhood poverty. Despite our action, or rather inaction, we are in a position in which the issue has become a pressing one. Iceland, as a developed country, plays a crucial role not only internally, but externally to end this issue. Enhancement of access to nutritious food, ensuring equal access to every family, especially child, and investment into local food system, as well as the promotion of education and healthy foods are several ways in which Iceland would like to contribute. To wrap up, Iceland would like to not only urge other member states to engage in fruitful discussion, but to also unite our efforts rather than work against one another. In conclusion, we urge all member states to engage in meaningful discussion and unite our efforts to tackle these challenges together. Let us remember the word of Jacques Diouf, former director of FAO. Hunger is not an issue of charity, it is an issue of justice. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, delegates. All right.
Honorable Chair, fellow delegates, as last night said, some African countries have problems in educational systems like Sudan. Childhood poverty could not occur in today's world. The DRC has some problems which we have to solve as soon as possible. Same as Sudan, like educational systems, for the child poverty, the DRC suggests 3 resolutions. First, provide high-level education for children. In this resolution, we must build an improved and high-quality education system. Second, achieving sustainable development goals by 2030. In this resolution, African Union must work together to achieve those goals by 2030. Third, necessity of international cooperation. In this resolution, the DRC needs many helps to solve these problems which are related to childhood poverty. So, does not cooperation be gained by making connection between country and country mutually beneficial? We can be a hummingbird. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Begin your speech.
Good morning, honorable delegates. Tackling childhood poverty in Laos, as we gather here under the auspices of United Nations Development Program, we are reminded of the profound impact that food security has on the lives of children and the future of society. Today, nearly 40% of children in Laos suffer from chronic malnutrition. This statistic reflects on not just number but real lives affected by the absence of fundamental human rights, the right to sufficient and nutritious food. Reducing childhood poverty in Laos is not only about providing meals is about safeguarding the lives of children to grow, learn, and thrive by addressing the underlying issue and investing in comprehensive and sustainable strategies. We can bring hope and opportunity to Laos, youngest and most vulnerable citizens. Together, we have the power to make a difference. Let us commit to a future where every child in Laos and across the world
Please close your speech, delegate. Time's up.
has access to the nutrition they need to build a better future. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, delegate. You may take a seat over there next to Hungary.
The delegates of Laos was just the time back to Russia.
Excellent, thank you very much. Right, Cuba, you good to deliver your speech?
The delegates of Cuba would like to thank the chair for the recognition. To honorable chairs and fellow delegates, in the presently ever-changing world, food poverty has become even more severe because of the armed conflicts, COVID-19 pandemic, and climate change. While in Cuba, 40% of breast-born children it's very full of no vegetables, while less than 5% of them receive proteins from eggs, meats, and fishes. And attempting to tackle the issue, the Republic of Cuba collaborated with the UN to ensure a more quality food research. However, this issue has to be tackled in a more long-term policies. So the Republic of Cuba called for the coordination of the international community to promote the educational program.
Honorable Chair, fellow delegates, today we stand united against the pressing issue of child food poverty, a crisis that has affected millions in global, including the children in Hungary. We recognize no child should face hunger, as access to nutrition is a fundamental right. Hungary is committed to addressing this issue through a multifaceted approach. We are exchanging our social safety nets, ensuring that families receive the support they need to provide adequate nutrition for their children. Our government is investing in food security programs and collaborating with NGOs to deliver meals directly to vulnerable communities. However, we cannot tackle this issue alone. We urge all nations to join forces and increase the funding for child nutrition initiative. Together, we can eradicate the child food poverty and build a brighter future to our child in the future. Thank you. The delegates of Hungary yields time to the chairs.
Excellent, thank you very much, Delegate of Hungary. Delegate of Australia, it's you.
Honorable Chair, fellow delegates, Australia believes that a child's access to food is a fundamental right. Although seeming like a wealthy nation, 1 in 5 Australian children still faces some form of food insecurity, low-income families being particularly affected. In response to this, multiple NGOs have arose and through partnerships with the government, create programs to fight this food poverty crisis. Australia has collaborated and will continue to collaborate with UNICEF to tackle child food poverty. We look forward to working together with nations to join us in supporting agricultural innovations and tackling high food prices. Together, we can ensure no child goes hungry. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Delegate. Very efficient.
Honorable Chair, distinguished delegates, good afternoon. Louis from Zimbabwe is a 1-year-old who constantly gets sick and loses weight rapidly. We were going through hard times, said the mother. I wasn't producing enough milk. We didn't have enough food, enough anything. Doesn't that sound heartbreaking? Child food poverty stems from factors like poverty, territorial disparities, and education. How? Due to poor education, poverty arises, and combined with territorial disparities, Some families can't afford to feed their kids or even feed them at all. Currently, there are 36 million malnourished children, with around 700 million people living in extreme poverty around the world, making this all a global concern. We agree with the delegate of Timor-Leste about investing in farmers, and we would love to know more about it. So come on and wake up. Many of us are privileged in ways that others are not. So it is our duty to use our voices to support those who are less fortunate. Nelson Mandela once said, "Safety and security don't just happen. They are the result of collective consensus and public investment. We owe our children, the most vulnerable citizens in our society, a life free of violence and fear." Thank you. I would like to yield my time back to the chair.
Thank you very much, Delegates. Next. Right.
The Honorable and fellow delegates, around the world, millions of parents and families struggle to provide the nutrition and diverse food the children need to grow and develop and learn to reach their full potential. Rising inequalities such as rising food prices, harmful food marketing strategies, and food child feeding practices lead to millions of children experiencing childhood poverty. This is especially true in the country of Cameroon, where 23% of the children live below the extreme international food poverty line. There is a widespread and serious impact of childhood poverty in Cameroon, such as the children of brothers. And then UNICEF has contributed to various programs. UNICEF provides training to health workers and educators on nutrition hygiene, and the government has working with international organizations such as UNICEF, WHO, FAO to implement programs related to nutrition and food security. Thank you.
Honorable chairs and fellow delegates, the Islamic Republic of Iran stands to address a rampant issue that affects the society, which is the childhood poverty. Currently, 1 in 4 children today is living in severe childhood poverty. While in Iran, 16% of children suffer malnutrition, and this is not just a number, but it embodies the children who might lose their potential due to the pressing issue. The core issues of this crisis is economic challenges, high inflation, and ongoing international conflicts. In 2020, Iran implemented the Child and Adolescent Protection Bill that aims to protect the child's right, especially the right to learn. To combat the issue, we must adopt the following strategies. One is deploying food resources. Next is promoting sustainable agriculture. Next is providing free education and food assistance. Next is advancing environmental, social, and governance, which is ESG, to manage the impact of companies on society and government. As we gather here today, let us unite our efforts that will ensure that every child, not only in Iran, but the whole world, to be given a right to enhance their potential. Together, we can break the cycle of poverty and build a world where no children will be deprived of basic rights, and we must remember that a nation's negligence is a child's consequence.
Thank you very much, delegates.
Honorable chairs and fellow delegates, many children worldwide are impacted by the problem of child poverty, which keeps them from developing to the fullest extent possible. Child poverty, especially childhood poverty, has a negative impact on children's learning ability and their physical health. According to the Malaysian Ministries of Health, 21% of Malaysian children suffers from stunting. And according to WHO, 148 million children under the age of 5 suffers from stunting in 2022 worldwide. This is a serious issue that needs to be addressed immediately. Child poverty affects our children. Because of that, we need to take actions right away. They are our future, and they cannot develop and achieve their goals if they are not being fed properly. We will be impacted by this issue regardless of where we live. The delegates of Malaysia strongly believe in giving social protection through providing children with nutritious food and support collaboration between UNICEF,
and governments to educate families on nutritious and affordable food options. By working together, we can help ensure every child has a healthy start. The Federation of Malaysia urges all delegates to join us in finding solutions that can make an impact in the lives of our children. Together, we can end child food poverty and create a brighter future for the next generation. Thank you, and the delegates of Malaysia would like to yield the time back to the chair.
All right. Please do try to stand within the time limit, but thank you very much anyway.
Co-chairs and esteemed delegates. A new UNICEF report revealed that around 181 million children worldwide under 5 years of age, or 1 in 4, are experiencing severe childhood poverty. The first 3 years of a child's life are rapid brain development, which means too little energy, protein, and nutrients during this sensitive period can lead to lasting cognitive, social, and emotional deficits. Our country, Bhutan, sees this matter seriously. We have always supported and prioritized the needs of our citizens, specifically children who would be our country's future assets that protect and continue our legacy. RGOB, or Royal Government of Bhutan, has made continuous efforts to improve the lives of children and uphold the principles of the Convention on the Rights of the Child, CRC. By saying this, we would like to propose the Food Security and Agriculture Productivity Project, or FSAPP, which aims to improve agricultural productivity and market access for smallholder farmers, also giving full support in national pathways for food system development. Thank you. The delegate of Bhutan would yield their time back to the chair.
Honorable Chair, fellow delegates, every child has the right to nutritious food that is essential for their growth and development. The Republic of the Gambia is dedicated in resolving, reducing, and removing the child food poverty issue. Therefore, Republic of the Gambia proposes a set of solutions that could be implemented to reduce the amount of child food poverty. We believe that addressing child food poverty requires a coordinated effort across different sectors. International collaboration is key in achieving a practicable and goal-oriented solutions regarding child food poverty. We call for external support and coalition in tackling child food poverty. The delegate of the Gambia yields the time back to the chair. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Honorable Chair and fellow delegates, we gather address challenge that should not exist in any nations, childhood poverty. In Japan, a country of immense resources, nearly 1 in 7 children faces food insecurity. These are just not numbers. These are children who potentially and well-being are compromised by something as fundamental as access to nutritious food. In reality, they risk their physical health, cognitive development, and future potential. This issue is particularly pressing for single-parent households, where nearly 50% live below the poverty line, often struggling to provide even the most basic nutrition for their children. Our mission is clear. By expanding school meal program to middle and high school level, we ensure that children from all socio-economic background have access to nutrition meal through their educational journey. Japan has proposed Japan Nutrition Child Food aims to create sustainable financial support for school meals, community food banks, and educational programs that foster healthier food choices. This initiative will provide essential nutrition support, bringing the gaps for children in need and supporting families through economic health. The delegate would like to yield to the
So, thank you so much, delegate. Yes, you may proceed with your speech, delegates.
Honorable Chair and distinguished delegates, can we imagine a world where no child goes to bed hungry, where every young life is nourished by the promise of nutritious food? Yet today, millions of children are trapped in the grip of food poverty. The United Nations has already addressed the issue through UNICEF in alignment with the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, or ICRC. Congo believes the current convention is ineffective on deploying the provision of Article 27, which emphasizes the right of the child to standard living educated for their life, including access to the nutritious food. Therefore, the Republic of Congo, as a country that's still tackling child food poverty, proposes a new solution that focuses on the improvement of the health access and agricultural good practice agricultural, and the aim of the farmer field school. Congo welcomes further discussion and collaboration from the member of the state to address this important issue. Thank you, merci. Delegate of Congo would like to yield back the time to the chair.
Thank you so much.
It's not just a matter of hunger. It is a barrier to health and development, demanding an urgent global response. Children in rural areas deserve access to healthy meals and nutrition assistance to break the cycle of poverty. Senegal proposes some possible solutions, including providing better school meals, improving food logistics, and increasing the fund for nutrition programs. Let me, in the name of Senegal, declare a commitment to working with international organizations and states to create a framework that addresses food poverty. Together, we can build a world where no child goes to bed hungry and every child has the chance to reach their potential. Let's turn this vision into concrete action. Thank you.
Thank you very much. How would you yield your remaining time?
The delegate of Senegal would like to yield the time back to the chair.
Thank you very much, Senegal. Next.
Honorable chairs, esteemed delegates, and distinguished guests. With so many children that is hungry, how can we improve our health system to combat child food poverty? The Federal Democratic Republic of Nepal improved its food poverty rate in the past few years, decreasing the global hunger index score from an alarming 37.1% to a moderate 14.7%. This highlights a positive trend in our efforts to combat hunger and improve nutrition for its young citizens. However, poverty is still the most pressing issue in our country. Nepal faces this problem due to poor health services and limited education access. According to UNICEF Child Nutrition Report, child poverty also results from failing systems like food and health systems. We, the Federal Democratic Republic of Nepal, are dedicated to addressing this problem. Through comprehensive resolutions and international cooperation, we aim to improve our healthcare systems and create a brighter future for our future citizens. Thank you. I, the delegate of Nepal, would like to yield my remaining time to the chairs.
Thank you very much, Delegate of Nepal.
Honorable Chair and esteemed delegates. Imagine a world where children struggle for their next breath, where mothers sacrifice their health and well-being to feed their families and ensure the survival of their communities. Nigeria faces food insecurity, where 2.5 million people experience hunger and 800,000 children suffer from malnutrition. UNICEF has also highlighted the terrorist insurgency of Boko Haram in exacerbating this crisis. The extreme poverty rate in Niger is projected to reach 52% by the end of 2024, adding nearly 1.1 million people to the ranks of extremely poor, bringing the total to 14.1 million people according to World Bank. These figures are not just statistics. They represent lives in desperate need of change. To address this crisis, Niger calls upon the international community to consider investment in health education. And one of our proposed solutions that had also been mentioned with the delegates of South Africa, Australia, and Finland regarding improving agriculture. By partnering with countries with the best agricultural technologies such as US, Netherlands, these can be essential steps to reducing a crisis to harsh climate change in Niger and other countries. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Delegate of Niger.
A delegate of Niger would like to return the time back to the chair.
Thank you.
Honorable chairs, fellow delegates, child food poverty, a problem gripping millions of children globally, including Czech Republic, has become a vocal point of international concern. Malnourished children suffer not only physical deprivation, but also mental and emotional setbacks. We believe that solving child food poverty requires a multi-sectoral approach, such as increasing access to nutritious food and improving economic opportunities for families. We, the Czech Republic, recognize that children are the key to our country's future. By organizing nutritious food for children, we are already taking a step towards a bright future. We urge all nations to work together to build a world where every child has access to nutritious food and the opportunity to reach their full potential. Let us strive together for a brighter future for all children in the world. The delegates of Czech Republic would like to yield the time back to the chair.
This delegate believes that we should understand the diverse agriculture of countries around the world, especially countries who are still struggling with malnutrition in rural areas, as these rural areas are full of abundance regarding agriculture. We can help by implementing the DARE program, which stands for Diversification of Agriculture. This program aims to support, encourage, and invest in local agriculture and its benefits for consumption, especially for children. This program will be invested by the government in local agriculture through education and research, so those who can't reach the city center can consume proper meals based on the local agriculture that they have. This investment program will ensure the health of children all around the world, regardless of where they are from. Thank you. We would like to yield our time back to the chair.
Thank you, Delegate, but there is no time yielding in moderated caucus. Thank you very much.
The delegates of Timor-Leste agrees with the statement of delegates in Indonesia and delegates of Spain. Addressing child food poverty requires a multifaceted approach that includes sustainable agricultural practice. Training farmers in climate resilience practice is crucial, as climate change increasingly affects our agricultural output. Equipping farmers with adaptive knowledge and improving irrigation systems is essential for productivity. By fostering partnership with international organizations, we can strengthen this initiative and ensure a resilient food system. Together, we can address immediate needs and secure a sustainable future for our children. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The delegate of Norway, you may have the floor for 60 seconds.
Honorable Chair and esteemed delegates, agriculture is defined as a science and art useful for humankind. Agriculture plays a massive role in countries, especially for vulnerable countries, as it's seen to improve agricultural practices, making nutritious food more accessible and affordable for families who have little to eat or families who rely solely on unhealthy fast foods. We aim to ensure a steady supply of diverse crops that provides essential nutrients, especially for young growing children. Moreover, this helps to empower local farmers and reduce unemployment to strengthen local economies. This helps ensure a future where no child will sleep wondering if food will be on their table tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Honorable chairs and esteemed delegates, Libya agrees in the highlight of the vital role of agriculture in fighting child food poverty, especially in Libya. By investing in modern farming and local food production, we can reduce reliance on imports. Implementing school meal programs with locally sourced food will also ensure children receive essential nutrition. Prioritizing agriculture is key to creating a healthier future for all children. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next.
Honorable Chair and distinguished delegates, agriculture is the bedrock of food systems. In the Gambia, where 70% of workers are employed in agriculture, primarily smallholder farmers, agricultural output directly influences the types and quantities of food available to the population. This signifies that the nature and productivity of agricultural practices have a direct bearing on child food poverty. If agricultural systems fail to produce a diverse range of nutritious foods, children's diets will inevitably suffer. So, the Gambia want to highlight the support local farmers by giving training and resources for small-scale farmers to grow nutrient-rich foods, partner with cooperatives and NGOs. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gambia. Next.
Honorable Chair and esteemed delegates, to enhance food availability, the delegates of Bulgaria call on member states to prioritize agricultural expansion and productivity. We, as the delegate of Bulgaria, support food diversification and improve irrigation methods in rural areas to meet nutritional needs and provide economic benefits to communities. Thank you.
And distinguished delegates, agriculture is crucial in addressing child food poverty in Papua New Guinea, where malnutrition and undernourishment are widespread. Food insecurity significantly contributes to health issues. 2023 survey revealed that only 45% of individuals in surveyed households that met the recommended daily calorie intake. Alarmingly, 36% of children were found to be stunted in their growth, highlighting the urgent need for intervention. Protein deficiency is another prevalent issue in Papua New Guinea. Further complication the nutrition landscape, this deficiency is often linked to broader problems such as land degradation, which poses a long-term threat to food security. As the population grows, access to land for food garnering declines, exacerbating the challenges faced by families in securing adequate nutrition, which is why we Papua New Guinea supports that agriculture plays a major role in childhood poverty. Thank you.
Honorable Chairs, esteemed delegate. Now, the delegate of Germany recognizes how important agriculture is to help solve child food poverty, as agriculture itself helps to rapidly reduce hunger, reduce poverty, and increase income and livelihood. Now, the delegate of Germany would like to propose a suggestion for member states where agricultural farming and societies in their own nation can actually help their nation itself to form a non-monetary donation, because agricultural, especially in farming, it helps to provide consumable supplies, so it can help contribute to school meal plans and food consumption wise, and it can also provide like nutritious food for children. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The delegate of France would like to establish a partnership with countries rich in agriculture. This partnership would thus then serve as a bridge between the underprivileged for both parties, in which France posits that we will be willing to allocate more funds for such programs in order for our country and our partners to achieve mutual benefits, because we believe that with our abundance of capital, it is imperative that we not only allocate this locally, but also internationally. Thank you.
Delegates of Pakistan acknowledge the urgency to agricultural sector, as well as maintaining the functional of agricultural infrastructure. In addressing the issues of distribution and production, it's crucial to prioritize the well-being and the function of agricultural systems, as well as roads and factories. The failure to address this matter may exacerbate challenges in multiple sectors. It could lead to heightened food insecurity, decreased productivity in both factories and farms, disruptions to economic activity and inadequate sanitation, which poses significant public health risk. Therefore, it is imperative for the international community to prioritize the maintaining of infrastructure, as this is essential not only for recovery, but also for fostering sustainable development and stability in affected regions. Thank you.
We're going to run with it. Poland, you've got the floor, 90 seconds.
A very good afternoon to the honorable chairs, the members of committee, and fellow delegates. At the national level, UNICEF endeavored to enhance the effectiveness of existing system through collaborative efforts with the Minister of Health, Education, Justice, Family and Social Policy. In Poland, despite being a high-income EU country, the number of children in extreme poverty has risen, indicating stagnation and improving their situation compared to other age groups. Malnutrition remains a pressing issue, especially in rural areas, where families face greater financial challenges in accessing nutritious food. To combat this issue, several solutions are proposed. Strengthen social network, innovative and unique approaches, and social citizen care. We hope the solution could help to decrease more of the childhood poverty. While the Polish government has implemented social policy, for instance, the Family 500 Plus program, Poland has succeeded in reducing child poverty by 38%. However, severe childhood poverty continues to threaten children's survival, growth, education, and development. Thank you. The delegate of Poland yield back the time to the chairs.
Honorable Chair, fellow delegates, first of all, allow us to introduce Marian, a mother from Baidoa, whose story touches on the stark reality of many Somalians face. Every day, she's returning home to her children who are crying from hunger with nothing left to give. This is the daily reality for families across Somalia. This crisis isn't just about food. It stems from years of conflict, drought, and fragile infrastructure. To break this cycle, we need sustainable solutions, not just short-term aid. By supporting local agriculture and partnership, we can empower communities to grow their own food and build climate resilience. But Somalia cannot do this alone. Somalia calls for international support to fund health and nutrition programs, education and skill development, and local initiatives. Honorable Chair, delegates, Marian's story is one of resilience. Let's act now to ensure no child left behind. Together, we can break the cycle of suffering. The delegate of Somalia would like to yield back the time to the chair, please. Thank you. Honorable chairs and esteemed delegates, children from more than 181 million below 5 are facing limited access to food at an early age. Today, we are gathered here to discuss and find a proper solution. The Kingdom of Denmark would like to introduce the improvement of the national governments, which play a crucial role in developing an inclusive policy for promoting a better food system. The Danish government introduced an amendment so-called the Act on Early Children Education and Care, on assisting vulnerable children and ensuring that all of the voice of the child are heard and they are all well protected. Otherwise, food poverty is a collective concern. So to ensure long-term success, we inspire international organizations cooperate together with all of the countries all around the world to be engaged in the policy making and to implement and establish the program and provide the technical expertise to help measure, monitor, and report on child poverty and also supporting a global collaboration in all sectors, both public and private. And lastly, to ensure that every child are living well and no one left behind. We, Delegate of the Denmark, would like to yield our time to the chairs. Thank you.
Honorable chairs and fellow delegates, it is an honor for the delegation of Qatar to address this assembly on the critical issue of child food poverty. Qatar recognizes the urgent need to tackle child food poverty. We have been actively involved in various initiatives to combat hunger and malnutrition among children. Through partnership with international organizations like UNICEF, we have contributed significantly to projects aimed at improving food security and nutrition for vulnerable children. Proposed solution 1. Strengthening food security programs. Enhance exciting programs to ensure all children have access to nutritious food. 2. Promoting sustainable agriculture. Invest in sustainable agricultural practices to increase food production. I hope this meeting results in constructive solutions that positively impact the lives of children around the world. Thank you. The
Thank you very
delegate
much,
of
Delegate.
Qatar would like to give the time to the chairs.
Thank you. We appreciate that very much.
The honorable chairs and fellow delegates. Child food poverty is an urgent issue that the most of the nation faces right now, and Rwanda still struggle with malnutrition and food insecurity. In spite of Rwanda decrease the rate of child food poverty from 20% to 12% between 2010 and 2020, we still faces this issues as well, and several programs to reduce the child food poverty is implemented along with the partnership with the others, and Rwanda proposed to investing in agricultural innovation, including training for the smallholder farmers. And delegates of Rwanda would like to back the time to the chairs. Thank you.
Honorable Chair and esteemed delegates, John F. Kennedy once said that children are the world's most valuable resource and its best hope for the future. But it's so sad and concerning that every day we hear the news of hundreds of thousands of young, pure, and innocent children suffering from the lack of food. In Palestine, 9 out of 10 children lacks food for their growth, with 346,000 children under the age of 5 are at the greatest risk of malnutrition. Because of that, the delegates of Palestine would like to call upon other delegates to work together tackling this issue by spreading awareness or even make school meal programs and do whatever it takes to save the children. Because when we save the children, we also save the future of our nations. Thank you. We would like to yield the time back to the chair.
Honorable Chair and fellow delegates, child food poverty is one of the world's most pressing issues. With UNICEF reporting of 11% of Vietnamese children suffering from child food poverty, Vietnam believes we should address this issue at its root. In line with our nation's sustainable development goals of zero hunger and no poverty, Vietnam would like to propose the following solutions. Firstly, accessible food relief outlets for all, which aims to create mobile food relief outlets which can serve as food banks or food clinics. Now, these can serve as immediate relief, but can also serve as springboards for future initiatives. Secondly, our Educate, Earn, and Elevate framework. This aims to educate families on vocational training to help them earn a more sustainable income and elevate them outside of their poverty. And finally, our Cultivation of Agriculturally Ready Environments, or Care for Future Generations program, which aims to create community gardens and train families on practices such as soil conservation methods, crop rotation, and other things they need to create a sustainable food source. I'd like us to imagine a world wherein no child goes to bed hungry, where they can live to their potential. Because with our solutions and with your cooperation, we can make this a reality. Thank you.
Oof. On the second, thank you very much.
Honorable Chair and distinguished delegates, here's a riddle for you all. I'm small, yet I hold a world within me. Without me, dreams fade and futures grow dim. I'm something every child deserves, but not every child receives. What am I? The answer is food. Food is more than just survival. It's the fuel for growth, learning, and hope. But for millions of children, this basic necessity is out of reach. Today, we gather to discuss child food poverty, an issue that shouldn't exist in a world of plenty. Let's be the solution that changes the answer to this riddle for every child in need. Malnutrition impacts their health, education, and well-being, creating a cycle of poverty that is hard to escape. As a member of the international community, it is our duty to break this cycle. Nigeria proposes solutions called Bridging the Gap, Journey to Zero Hunger, aims to tackle food poverty by addressing education, social protection, and healthcare. Delegates, Nigeria is open for discussion and collaboration. Nigeria believes by collaborating our solutions, we can create a supportive environment where every child has the opportunity to thrive. Together, we can build a future where every child can dream, grow, and reach their full potential.
The delegate yields the time back to the chair. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, distinguished delegates, Sweden has long. Every child deserves a life free from the grips of hunger and malnutrition. Yet, around the world, countless children go to bed hungry each night. As representatives of Sweden, we know that child food poverty is not merely a challenge of resources, but of willpower and collaboration. Over 150 million children under 5 years old are stunted due to malnutrition. Imagine a world where the number is zero, a world where every child has access to the nutrition they need to grow, learn, and thrive. Sweden advocates for investments in sustainable agriculture and resilient food systems to ensure long-term food security, strengthening local food production through improved agricultural practices and building resilient supply chains can mitigate the impact of economic shocks and climate change, which disproportionately affect food insecure populations. We propose an international funding initiative that pools resources for immediate food aid and long-term solutions, such as sustainable agriculture and educational programs on nutrition for families and communities. Together, we can build a future where no child has to suffer from hunger.
Thank you very much, Delegate of Sweden.
Honorable Chair and distinguished delegates, in Mexico, more than 40% of kids are unable to eat, which indicates not only hunger, but also a missed opportunity for education, health, and a better future. How can we solve child food poverty when poverty prevents progress? Millions of families in rural and indigenous areas of Mexico struggle to meet their fundamental needs. Despite some economic advancement, poverty still has a negative impact on children, continuing the cycle of inequality. To tackle this, Mexico proposes the following initiatives. Number 1, promoting school feeding programs by organizing and expanding meals, especially through mobile units in remote areas. 2, investing in emergency food distribution. We can collaborate with local farmers and NGOs to establish food distribution centers that will provide immediate aid to children in need. 3, Learning for All program, equipped in providing knowledge, nutrition, and health, as well as vocational training to help individuals in finding better job opportunities to lessen poverty while being educated about the downside of malnutrition. Number 4, Agri-Strength Initiative. By strengthening agricultural policies, we can also support local farmers, which can boost local food production and self-sufficiency. Last, improving health services. By increasing healthcare access will enable early detection of malnutrition, addressing the issue at its roots. I call all the delegates to work together to solve this global issue. By uniting, we can ensure that every child has access to nutritious meals and an opportunity for a better future. And we can make a significant impact in the lives of all children all across the world. Thank you for your time.
We believe that children are the people for our future. The treasure to unfold a better dream by community tackling the child food poverty in the important things that we should focus about it. About 5.7% of the total population is malnourished. 10.6% of children under 5 years of age are stunted. 7% of children under 5 years of age are malnourished, and 1.1% of children die before their 5th birthday. This figure underlines an urgent need for focused action, including improving access to nutrition food, educating families on balanced diet, and support for young children. Through the combined effort of governmental policies, community programs, and global partnership, we can work toward reducing this rate and building foundation for future generations. The Delegate of Oman, I give time back to the chair.
Thank you very much, Delegate.
When a child goes to bed hungry, it is not just a stomach that aches, it's a spirit that suffers. The plight of our youngest children, those who should be filled with dreams and aspirations, has become my heartbreaking narrative of despair. South Sudan's recent civil war has shattered communities and disrupted agricultural production. Leaving families unable to feed their children. With approximately 1.4 million children acutely malnourished and 300 facing severe acute malnutrition in the country, we are witnessing a crisis that demands immediate and compassionate action. Pursuant of the Sustainable Development Goals set by the United Nations, the Republic of South Sudan proposes the Seeds of Hope program, which consists of 3 core steps. The first is to improve infrastructure across all underprivileged nations in the country by supporting the construction of infrastructure in terms of farming and such. This will allow countries to gain more economic independence along while feeding their population. Furthermore, education of children, parents, and caretakers about what foods are healthy, what foods are available to eat is extremely important. Furthermore, a construction of a rapid response logistic system would allow the international community to target specific areas that need extreme help and solve them in a quick and efficient manner. We urge all member states to prioritize that issue within their agendas to foster collaboration and a better future for all.
Thank you very much.
Distinguished delegates, the delegate of Eswatini is honored to address the issue of child food poverty. This serious concern threatens the well-being of countless children and requires immediate attention. What is the future we envision for our children? This question highlights 2 main concerns. Firstly, from the children's perspective, food insecurity threatens their health and development. In Eswatini, nearly 1 in 3 children is stunted due to malnutrition, hindering their potential. Secondly, from the perspective of our communities,
The cycle of poverty continues as families struggle to prioritize food over other necessities. The delegate of Eswatini believes that we must address these challenges through collaboration and sustainable solutions. We propose community support gardens, advocate for health education programs to raise awareness about the importance of nutrition, and leverage technology to connect families with food assistance programs. The delegate of Eswatini calls upon all delegates to support these initiatives. Together, we can prioritize the health and well-being of every child and break the cycle of poverty. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Delegate. Honorable chairs, delegates, and guests. Before anything else, the delegate of Haiti expresses much appreciation to its fellow agents of change that share invaluable insights and possible solutions regarding the alarming topic. Due to political instability, violence, rampant inflation, and natural disasters, Haiti is experiencing unprecedented levels of food insecurity, especially for its children. Poverty is a primary barrier for food access for many families in the country. With over 60% of the population living below the poverty line, many parents struggle to provide their children with sufficient and nutritious food. This economic strain leads to a reliance on cheap, low-quality food options, which contribute to malnutrition and long-term health issues. To address these issues, we must implement targeted strategies. Investing in education and nutrition programs will empower families with knowledge and skills needed. Together, let us commit to creating a brighter, more equitable future for all. Thank you. I would like to yield back my remaining time to the chair. Thank you very much, Delegate of Haiti. Next.
Honorable chairs and fellow delegates. To focus on a critical issue facing child food poverty, very significant actions are being taken to address this pressing concern. The government has expanded welfare programs designed to support low-income families. The Basic Livelihood Security Program has received increased funding, providing essential cash, assistance, and food support to those in need. Initiative providing free or subsidized meals for students from low-income households ensure that no child goes hungry and that all children receive the nutrition necessary for their growth and development. Increasing subsidies for child care service are another vital measure being taken. By alleviating financial burdens, this enables parents to focus on providing for their child, ensuring access to nutritious food. This includes the provision of cash and food assistance to crisis-affected people, school meals to primary school children, nutrition support and service to children under 5, and food assistance for segregation. Tackling child poverty is a mission that requires the collective effort of all sectors of society together and the future for all citizens. Thank you.
Good day, everyone, the honorable chairs, and the rest of the esteemed delegates. And Lady Stevenson once said, "A hungry man is not a free man." Based on these quotes, we can summarize that hunger is a really impactful thing over humans' development. A free man cannot be obtained if they are still suffer from hunger that can hinder their physical development and brain development. And we believe that without a free man, a country cannot develop, produce a good quality and a healthy generation for the future of the country itself. In fact, many children in Egypt have been suffered from hunger for 7 years. And approximately 13.7 million Egyptians, which accounts for 17% of the population, experience food insecurity. Therefore, we are very grateful that the UNICEF brought up this topic so that we can all realize that the magnitude of the impact of the food poverty on the development of children, and not just in Egypt, but all around the world. Thank you.
Food poverty has always been a serious problem globally, especially in the UK. In 2023, there were 7.2 million people, or 11% of the UK population, in households experiencing food poverty, including 17% of children. Food banks are established as a temporary alternative to supply emergency food. In addition, free school meals or abazam are available to eligible pupils. In January 2024, there were 2.2 million pupils eligible for abazam. The UK firmly believes that this issue has to be eradicated. And therefore, in August 2024, the UK government made a strategy group called the Child Poverty Task Force. This strategy purpose is to elevate children's lives and address the root causes of this issue in the long term. Therefore, we suggest to form an international-wide strategy group centered around childhood poverty. That way, producing policies to elevate the health and food system would be easier. We also hope that through this meeting, we can produce a better solution to reduce this problem. We wish to cooperate with all of you. Thank you. We yield the rest of our time to the chair.
Honorable chairs, the esteemed delegates, a pleasant morning. Today, China confronts a challenge that transcends borders. Transcends borders, child food poverty, a crisis affecting millions of young lives worldwide. China stands ready to lead, to collaborate, and to act. In the words of Confucius, when we see men of a contrary character, we should turn inwards and examine ourselves. So delegates, this is the moment to reflect and respond. The delegate of China proposes the establishment of a global child food security fund, a united effort where every nation contributes, ensuring resources reach the children who need them most. China are committed to sharing expertise in climate resilience, agriculture, to stabilize food supplies and empower communities against the impacts of climate change. Throughout expanding school feeding programs, China can improve both health and education, creating a generation of children who are not only well-fed, but well-prepared to build a brighter future. As a coalition, the delegates can empower families, strengthen economics, and eradicate childhood poverty. The delegates must be guided by the wisdom of unity in action, and can turn compassion into results and lead a world where no child goes to bed hungry. China stands ready, and delegates move forward together. China believes that ensuring children's well-being is the foundation of global progress. Thank you. I would like to yield back the time to the chairs.
Honorable Chair and delegates, 2.3 million children in Sri Lanka don't have enough to eat. Families wake up every day to increase food prices, struggling to provide for their children in a country where vital services like healthcare and education are being pushed in their limits. Sri Lanka's children are paying a heavy price in this crisis. Food insecurity has been a global issue, mostly in developing countries. It has always been government's challenge to ensure children's nutrition and health. The civil conflict in 2009 in Sri Lanka affected many innocent children's. Households in Sri Lanka have consistently spent more than 60% of their total expenditure on food, which is quite concerning. When a significant portion of household income is allocated to food expense, there may be insufficient foods available to cover other essential needs as housing, healthcare, education, and utilities. A sudden rise in the price of key commodities and fuel shortage forced tens of thousands of people in queue for hours outside petrol filling stations since March 2022. However, we recognize that these efforts are not enough to support the existing program. In this forum, Sri Lanka would like to propose some concrete measures to fight against food insecurity, such as minimizing food waste. Minimizing food waste can be achieved through improved storage and transportation systems, better food handling practice, public awareness campaign. Yeah.
Let's go for this one. Okay, apologies. So, your delegate of Uganda, you may have the floor.
Right, good morning, honorable chairs and distinguished delegates. We all know that based on UNICEF's report, globally, 1 in 4 children are living in severe child food poverty in early childhood, amounting to 181 million children under 5 years of age. Hunger, food insecurity, and malnutrition pose major health and economic challenges in Uganda. By several measures, our country ranks among the least well-nourished countries in the world. Food access remains a major challenge to achieving food and nutrition security in the country due to low agricultural productivity. Our country has been making progress towards improving its FNS status. For instance, the proportion of stunted children under 5 years declined from 38% in 2006 to 33%. The proportion of wasted children and underweight children fell from 6% to 5% and from 16% to 14%. Our country has collabed with the World Food Programme in providing food assistance to mothers and children, school meals, and support small-scale farmers. Therefore, our country would like to collaborate and find solutions for solving this problem for a bright future. I would like to yield my time back to the chair.
Thank you so much.
Greetings, honorable chairs and fellow delegates. Child food poverty. It's a chronic kind of problem that has happened throughout the years, and it's still remaining a problem through all kinds of countries, even Finland. Despite Finland being one of a prosperous kind of country, we still face the problem of decreasing the child food poverty rates, our rates being 10%, but can potentially increase to 30%. We are still having the issues of decreasing the rates. Child food poverty rates, on some countries, it can higher up to 79% and also 77%. Finland government have already started to act on this situation by having a program which they invest on school foods. They have done this for over 83 years and have continued to inspire other governments. We would like to suggest increasing agricultural technologies and also supporting farmers with minimizing land. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Delegate of Finland. Next is South Africa.
Good morning, honorable chairs and fellow delegates. We know the rising concerns coming from the increased rate of child food poverty. In fact, in 2020, Romania reached 41.5% of child food poverty, nearly double the average in the European Union. But recently, the next year, it dropped by 22.5% with the help from FARA or Bread of Life organizations help feeding children around rural areas in poverty land. As the delegate of Romania, we strongly believe we can tackle child food poverty by investing further into organizations working together with food bank. Thank you. The delegate wishes to yield the time back to the chair.
Governments and the NGOs that they should collaborate to focus more on healthy food distribution for children. Not only for local, but also foreigners, including the migrants, since our country has the biggest number of migrants, especially those who are under poverty. We wish to cooperate with all of you. Thank you. We yield the rest of our time to the chair.
Honorable Chair, distinguished delegates, child food poverty is a significant global issue affecting many of children across the world. Food poverty refers to the inability of individuals or families to access sufficient, safe, and nutritious food. To maintain a healthy life, this issue is influenced by economic conditions, social structure, and political landscape. UNICEF and various global organizations have developed strategies to combat food poverty through a variety of lenses, recognizing that sustainable solutions require addressing interconnected factors. Therefore, the delegates of Zambia wanted to propose solutions to support strengthen food system and ensure every child not suffering from poverty by the first, integrating technology with agriculture by the Harvest for Health program, and second, doing routine medical checkup through establishment of program called Medic Bloom. The delegates of Zambia hope can tackling the poverty, malnutrition, inequality, and also the limited access. Thank you. The delegates of Zambia would like to open for further discussion to other delegates to discuss about this issue. The delegates of Zambia would like to yield the remainder of time back to the chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Delegate.
Honorable Chair and fellow delegates, food security and proper nutrition are critical to the well-being of children in Armenia because good nutrition will support both physical and growth cognitive development, and it plays a key role in preventing various diseases. Many children in Armenia have access to fresh local agricultural products, including fruit and vegetables. These include promoting positive health outcomes and support overall well-being. However, despite this resource, food security in Armenia remains a challenge, with access based at only 31.7%. Furthermore, 1.8% of children under the age of 18 are living in extreme poverty, with rural areas facing greater hardship compared to urban centers. For example, COVID-19 has impact on the availability of nutrition food. Some parents start gardening or sought out local food resources to reduce reliance on unstable market conditions. This year, the state of children's food in Armenia reflects recent progress. Let's work together to create a better future for all of us. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, esteemed delegates, food insecurity is a daily reality for too many families, where economic instability, conflict, and inadequate infrastructure have left communities struggling to access basic nutrition. Children are the most affected by these challenges, facing a future of compromised health, education, and opportunities. Tackling child food poverty requires targeted actions and international collaboration. We must prioritize measures that address both immediate needs and systematic issues. For Central Africa, this includes expanding access to essential social services, including healthcare and education, and investing in local agriculture to improve food availability and reduce reliance on imports. Additionally, we call upon the international community to support Central Africa through funding and resources for sustainable food programs. Partnership with organizations like the WFP and FAO have already shown success in school feeding initiatives, but more is needed. By empowering local farmers, improving irrigation, and ensuring nutritious food reaches children in vulnerable areas, we can break the cycle of poverty. Thank you. The delegate of Central Africa will yield the remaining time to the chair.
Thank you very much.